After the announcement that Warner Brothers is premiering all their 2021 movies on HBO MAX, and of course butting heads with Denis Villeneuve and Christopher Nolan because they're not really that much fans of streaming. And of course, not every film is coming out scathed. Like Dune and Matrix 4 have got a lot of criticism for probably premiering on the sites later on the year. But Wonder Woman 84 would just say it's either going to be the experiment that might go right for HBO Max or possibly the first casualty in terms of box office. We'll just see how the film quickly went down for Wonder Woman 84. Hello, my name is Elijah Wilson, and today's review is Wonder Woman 1984, the sequel to the 2017 movie directed by Patty Jenkins, Wonder Woman, back in 2017. The movie follows Gal Gadot as Diana Prince, as she is just kind of settled into a new life in America 1984. And of course now works in an archaeology museum where she finds a mystery stone that can grant anyone's wishes. After her and Barbara, played by Kristen Wiig, says, "Oh, I wish I could be like Wonder Woman. I could be like Diana," but she doesn't know that she's Wonder Woman and she's known to be a clumsy ass. So we'll just say she kind of uses the powers increasingly irresponsibly. Basically, kind of like how Boris Johnson's dealing with lockdowns that irresponsibly. And of course, why would you know, Steve Trevor is kinda back from the dead, which they kinda just vaguely touch on a little bit. And of course, they need to stop Barbara and, of course, the billionaire tycoon known as Donald Trump. I mean, checking the Wikipedia page, it's Maxwell Lord, who, we'll just say, looks a lot like Donald Trump, and possesses a lot of characteristics of Donald Trump. We're just gonna have to call him Donald Trump at this point. TM. Of course, they need to stop both of them before they take over the world of wish granting, and of course, chaos will ensue if every wish everyone has will come true. Some of which includes nuclear war and territorial disputes. We're in that zone again, aren't we? Even though the movie does take place nearly 70 years after the events of the first film, we'll just say Princess Diana has really adapted herself well to her surroundings. Of course, getting a job, settling in at Washington DC, and little did she know, Steve wasn't exactly alive the entire time, but he just came back. Like, boop, just came back. Like, of course, I think there was this big scene where he was just having this big culture shock. Like, he's exploring the space station museum, he's exploring the breakdancing scene, the punk scene, the underground scene, and even a scene where he tried to go down these underground moving escalators from the underground. Like, he's so terrified. Like, he died in World War One, for Pete's sake. And he also criticizes the fashion scene of the 80s, kind of like how Wonder Woman criticized the fashion scene of World War One. Like, how could I fight in this? It's itchy. It chokes me. And Steve's like, they look like parachuting clothing, which I thought was pretty good. And the other thing I really like is Maxwell Lord, or we'll just say we're going to just call him Donald Trump at this point because you know what, you've actually seen the movie. Yeah, he's basically a con man who runs infomercials, being like, you can have it all, you can have oil, you can be the top 1%, you can be this and that, but he's kind of in debt and he's losing his grip on the oil business thanks to the Arabs. Of course, he comes across the wish-taking stone, and he wishes he can be the stone. Not the stone in physical form, but he's basically the genie in a bottle, but if it's unlimited wishes, and there's no rules. Of course, Maxwell is a rule-breaking genie. Unlike the genie being, you can't kill someone, you can't make someone fall in love with someone, and you can't bring someone back from the dead. He'd be like, you know what, screw it. Everyone gets wishes! You can get what you want! God bless you! He's basically that, but more in the essence of Donald Trump. And of course, as his kid, he's like, I wish you can just come back home to me, as he's dealing with a lot of things like, oh, I need to grant your wish, I need to grant your wish, I need to grant your wish. Yeah, he's basically like that. I kind of like him for that, but also hate him. He's kind of the, I like him, but I feel a little bit guilty for liking him in the process. Although the movie does slightly dwell into the backstory of Diana, as she basically cheats in their version of the Olympic Games, as in miss a checkpoint and take a shortcut. Well, at least you're not Ben Johnson. But the one problem is with that scene, I just wish there was like more to dig from the backstory. Like, I think we already get that she cheated on like their version of the Olympic Games or Commonwealth Games, like if anyone cares about that anymore. And it's like, oh, you know, she was a sport prodigy, but she kind of takes shortcuts and that. Like, I kind of get it's well attended, but I think I wish it was kind of a little bit more interwoven into the movie. Yeah, just that's the main criticism on film. Like, I wish the opening scene, I wish the movie kind of looked back at that opening scene. Like, what? Ah, yeah. Do you remember when this happened? Like, I wish they had more of the Amazonians, from the first film. Like, they were very present in the film. Here, they kind of feel a little bit sidelined, to be honest. And also, I wish Maxwell, or the film's version of Donald Trump, is going to blackmail anyone related to democracy to overturn the election. Then backfire spectacularly. Other welcome additions in this movie is the cameo of Linda Carter, who played Wonder Woman in the 1970s TV show of the same name, who appears at the mid-credits scene at the end of the film. Of course, there's the cameo of all things, the Sunshine theme, or I think it's called Adagio in D minor. I think it's called from the top of my head, but it's present in the 2007 film Sunshine, which is an underrated film. I felt like, ooh, got that reference. It's basically when Princess Diana learns to fly as the world begins to fall apart. Kind of like how 2020 is going, to be honest, or 2020 in a nutshell. Chaos and the world fell apart. Yep. Thank you, Trump. You know I was being sarcastic. What I really liked about the elements of the film is, of course, the cameo of the Sunshine theme, and of course Gal Gadot and Chris Pine's performance, as well as Kristen Wiig and Pedro Pascal, who really do a great job in this film. I did some pretty good performances in the film. Also, the writing and direction of Patty Jenkins is pretty on par as usual for the first film, like I say, as in pretty up to standard. Of course, I really like the settings more, since there's more world to this movie as well. Like, you go to Washington as well, you go to Cairo, Egypt, you go to some unPacific island, and I feel like we go in more places. Like, we went there was the island that she was from, London, and World War One trench, which that was kind of it. Here there's more world building to the film, like Washington DC, Cairo, Egypt, and an unPacific island, and of course the White House, which I do give credit for, as they want to really expand the lore of Wonder Woman and extend to DCEU. And kind of trading back to the HBO Max controversy regarding the film and following Warner Brothers around for the last month or so, I think I'm begging you, please watch this film and watch all the Warner Brothers movies. Well, any or a selected bunch if you want to. Please watch them in cinemas or your local film theatre. Regarding if it's a chain or or like an indie place. They've been struggling throughout 2020, of course, due to coronavirus. Pretty much they've lost money. They've practically been relying on one or two blockbustery films, maybe a few indie films, and a few films that really are now on streaming sites like Netflix and on Prime, on Apple TV. And theatres really appreciated if you watch any film by Warner Brothers, or in the big screen, like Wonder Woman. Because let's face it, do you really want to watch, I don't know, Dune or The Matrix 4 on your iPhone or on your computer screen? Because these marvelous adventures should be done in the big screens or even on IMAX screens. So please make yourself welcome back to these cinemas, please, because some people even lost their livelihoods for that, because people are no longer employed for that, and cinemas could risk closures if you don't really turn up. So please watch them at cinemas. And the film, I really like it again. Again, please watch it in the cinemas, please. I really like the action in the film. I like the performances, the direction and screenwriting are pretty great for a Patty Jenkins movie. I really like the idea of be careful what you wish for, and I really like the main antagonist for this film. Even though I'm kind of a little bit guilty on the inside, knowing all the things he's probably done and all the conflicts he may have by accidentally spewed all over the world. I'm feeling a 7 out of 10. I really like it. Please watch it in the cinemas. And this is Elijah Wells, and please follow me on Twitter and Instagram and subscribe. And this is Elijah Wells, and bye.